despite all the early criticism, which a lot of it is fair criticism, Creative Assembly have been working very, very hard to fix the game. So now that we're talking patch 9, there have been quite a few changes. There's still some fairly big issues that still need work, but by and large, we're talking like open field battles. You can have a really good fight in these, really good fight in these now. Siege battles, when you're against the AI can still be dumb, but that's kind of always been the case, really, to a certain extent. Okay, so I'm going to let the AI be the Romans, and while I do have, well, as you can see, this is the Julius Caesar expansion. I'm actually going to place Pontus, because when I'm trying out the units to see how they fight, it's kind of weird, but I kind of use Pontus as my go-to faction for having, nothing too special in the lineup. But although I do have the Scythe chariots, which I'm going to include today. Anyway, I'll shut up now and load the battle. So as you can see, battle difficulty normal. I'm not trying to go hard or very hard, and this will probably still be a nice little challenge for me. So here we have velites, levies, slingers, horse missile. That's javelins on a horse. My missiles are 1 slinger, 2 archer, and 2 peltast. So for this, I have to get a little bit clever about. Oh, by the way, that's the Roman army. That's just what the AI automatically selected for the amount of funds that I've put in. And, I've not cherry picked the army, but they've done a fairly good job of a good cross section. So we've got Praetorian Guard, Praetorians, Eagle cohort maybe. That's an eagle, with the eagle in the shield. Triarii, Hastati, Gladiator Spear, Praetorian Guard would be Praetorian Cavalry, Auxiliary Cavalry. Well, these are Auxiliary Cavalry, aren't they? That'll be probably the Socii Extraordinarii Cavalry, that one. So that's actually a good balanced army for a Roman army that the AI has selected. I've gone with Pontic Royal Cavalry for my general +1, Citizen Cavalry, and Noble Blood Cavalry. Okay. So what we'll do, I'll put my chariots out on the wing, because the enemy's going to be here somewhere. So I would imagine they'll be sitting just there, in the middle, waiting on me to advance because I'm the attacker. Okay. So I've included everybody else except the Scythe chariots. Just bring this back here. It's just I always like doing that automatically, just so that I've got a blank canvas to work with. So my pikemen here. The spearmen either flank of the. I'll keep my swords in reserve. I'll put my archers behind. So the idea is that they will rain down merry hell on anybody that's attacking the phalanx. So I'll remove the skirmish mode so that they will hold position. At least that's the theory. Who knows what's going to happen here. Okay, I'll put my general in the middle. And Pontic Raw Cavalry, I'll put this side. I'm a noble blood. Put this side. And my citizen cavalry, I'll put up the back. This way, whichever side they put pressure on with the cavalry, see then I'll use the citizen cavalry to go to whatever side is getting the most pressure put on it. Now, the theory I've got here is I'm actually going to use my slingers to try to force them to attack me. Then once I've got that one, once I've forced them to attack me, I will then hopefully impale them on my phalanx. If that doesn't work, then we're screwed. Okay. Let's just check. Is that everyone? Yeah, that's not everyone. That's my peltasts. Good grief. I'd help if I remembered my peltasts, because they are vital for my flanks.
Forever loyal to the king.
Yeah, you better be. Okay. And similarly, the way that I'm talking about the cavalry moving for whichever pressure on the flank, the same with if they gang up on like one unit of pikemen, then Celtic warriors or Pontic swordsmen will hopefully be able to relieve the pressure. And hopefully also my good old general will be providing adequate support. And when they least expect it, then because once the battle starts, I'm wanting to scoot these down here, down the hill, out of sight. I think they can go down now. It's not too steep, is it? Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? Right, yeah, if I start the battle. Okay, so everybody once again, except the Scythe chariots, I will hold down Control and G. So that's grouping them in that formation, everybody except the Scythe chariots. Right, so Scythe chariots, select them.
Advance at speed.
Get them out of sight as quickly as possible. The AI will soon forget about them. Okay, because what we've got? Right, velites, levies, right, so these are all the javelins. Auxiliary Numidian cavalry, javelin cavalry, slingers. So each slinger unit is better than, or Balearics, so they're actually better than my slinger unit, either of them. As cavalry goes, Praetorian, yeah, so equity, extraordinary, an auxiliary, and a general bodyguard. Alright, so they've done that quite well actually, because from a historical point of view, the Roman citizen cavalry would be on the right flank, and non-Roman allies or non-citizens would be on the left flank. So that is actually historically accurate. And again, here we would have front row hastati, principes for the main line, which here we have 2 Praetorian, well, Praetorians, Praetorian Guard, and Eagle cohorts, so we can safely say that covers the Principes, and Triarii up the rear. Well, here it's got, and Gladiator Spearmen. So again, that considering, I would imagine if I gave more funds, then we would probably see a more traditional. But for the funds that we've got allocated to this army, then that's pretty good actually. That's actually pretty good. The only thing is that I would be inclined to change, but but this is just like a very slight niggle. I would not have all the slingers on one flank. I would mix them up a bit, because what this lets me do is I will then put pressure on these velites and levies with my slingers, because I can then outrange these. So all I need to do, so I march up, take these on the right flank, put pressure on these velites and levies, and because I'm killing them without them being able to respond, that might induce them to attack me. Okay, so here's something else I'm inclined to do as well. If I'm moving my army forward, rather than running them, well, obviously this is single player. You can't do this in multiplayer. But rather than running them forward, if you're not wanting to wait and then walking all that way, then use the speed. Speed up, fast forward. Okay, let's get these guys up there. Otherwise you're going to be sitting around all day, waiting on them getting in position. But if you run them, because as far as I can see, with this latest patch, there's all sorts of changes to do with slingers don't have the edge they used to have. They don't have a range advantage over all the archers. Some of the good archers have got the same range as slingers. Some of the units seem to get tired quicker than others now. So we're talking good improvements to the battle. There's lots of potential for things to be drastically different now than they used to be. Okay. So if I put this back to normal speed. See, I can still drag this because this is group formation. Then, and that's the whole point of this. Is that I can then drag this into position. That's just holding down my right mouse button. And then dragging. But immediately put them into walk, and then speed it up. But I have to watch where I'm going as far as range goes, because I don't want to get into the range of these slingers. If I do that, then I'm too close. Because what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to encourage these guys, induce this army to charge me. Then when they charge me, I'm wanting them to be resting on my pike phalanx. And when they're doing that, I'll get in behind them with my scythe chariots. And where necessary, I will hopefully get some superiority on the flanks. If that works, great. If it doesn't, well. Anyway, that's the idea. But if you've seen me play before, then you know I'm useless at actually doing a commentary while I'm actually, once the combat has actually started. Okay, let's put it back to normal speed. See, don't want them further up. Don't want them further up.
Chariots! That's a double.
I've just realised I've left my Skype on. No! Guaranteed I'm going to get a call. Because it's been ages since I've sat down and done something like this with Total War. So that means I'll get interrupted in the middle of it.
Double time!
Tell you what,
Together! Disband!
yeah, I'll take them out of the group. This way I can move them independently of them. And
General!
so we can still position like this. But do I want to do that? Don't want to go that too far away, do I?
Quickly now!
Just backspace to halt the command immediately there. What do I want to do? What do I want to do?
Riders at the double! Forward!
Okay, right, that'll do.
Advance at speed! We will darken the sky!
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, out of sight. Excellent.
Get ready! Get the double!
Okay, so here we go.
Pick your targets!
Because I want to stay away from their slingers. Because when they advance, they'll probably leave the slingers behind. You know, they will not put the slingers up front if they're going to go straight for a melee charge. And then that's when I want. So I then want to take them out first with my scythe chariots. Okay, I should maybe bring my general up. Just got to offer that a bit more support.
As you command! Slingers!
Okay, whittling that away nicely. So whittle. So when it gets to about half strength, that's probably when it'll rout for the first time. Then it'll come back again, won't it? We're about to find out. Okay.
General! Hold the banners high! Missiles at your command!
Yeah, he's bringing his general over.
Fire!
Risk it for a biscuit. Okay, he's firing up his slingers. Okay, it's now. Let me attack its bodyguard though.
our targets! Quick march!
Okay, let's see. Will they stay in line or will they... Yeah, they're going to follow.
Fire on the enemy!
But his general should be easy to kill now.
General! Never surrender!
Should maybe be concentrating on the
Ready!
on this one. Make it. Yeah. That's what I'll do. I'll concentrate and get on routing this one, because routing a unit is probably going to induce them to charge quicker than just weakening several. See, because it's immediately bringing his general back forward.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Oh dear. Well, that's that plan sawn asunder then, isn't it? Okay.
We understand! Advance at speed! General! Forward!
Okay. I'm now gonna have to advance under missile fire. They must still have the cavalry here, but it's a blind spot. No, funny, that didn't look a blind spot when I was first looking, but you can see that in the map here, it's blind. Okay,
Royal Cavalry!
let's do something remotely similar to going to battle, yeah?
Follow me! My lord! Quick march! General! Understood!
Bollocks.
Orders understood!
Let's run them there. Okay, we're now in range, are we?
Run shield pikes!
I'll put them in phalanx anyway.
Pikes at the ready! Form phalanx! Ready for orders? Double time! Spears! Up at the double! Archers!
Wow.
Ready, my lord! Double time! Form square formation! Into square! As you command! Peltasts! Fire! Slingers! Charge! Peltasts! Pick your targets! Awaiting orders! With the fury of the gods! Royal Cavalry! Warriors! Warriors on thee! Citizen Cavalry! Noble Black Cavalry! Royal Cavalry! As you command! As you command! Ready and waiting! Start now! Orders understood! Hunting swordsmen! With forward! Faster! Move! Move! Black cavalry! As you say! Ready! Loose! Spearmen, ready for orders! Advance! As you command! Pull back! Yes, Commander! We'll kill them all! Back then! Orders! Missiles! Attack! Warriors of Pontus! Warriors! Charge! Hunting Royal Cavalry! Warrior spear!
Okay. Here they come.
Spears! Rally to me! Archers! Tatsiarchos! Your orders! Break forward! Hunting Royal Cavalry! General! As you command! Yes, Commander! Peltasts! Run shield pikes!
Didn't feel like I felt like I needed to do just a little bit extra to I felt I was winning, but I didn't feel that I had actually won, if that makes sense. I felt that there were another couple of units that I needed to crush first before. That's probably because I'd shot the general to death quite a bit, isn't it? I'm guessing that's the case. But well, yeah, that's the thing. The Triarii, they seem to be really, really tough now. So I don't know if they're going to have a lot of kills against them or not. But because they can hold down a section of the battle line for a long period of time, then the fighting's usually really, really tough around anywhere that the Triarii unit actually is. So
Heavy cavalry ready and willing.
yeah. I do wish the rotate would actually rotate on the spot. You know, it's never quite on the spot for me. But that's personal taste. It's not. Yeah. But lots of good Romans dead on the field. These were my peltas that took them out, I think. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, Triarii. Yeah, you see, because they're Triarii, they've only killed 49, but they're a vital part of the battle line. Whereas here, let me see. Who did all the work? Come on, who did all the work? Well, slingers and archers, I suppose, wouldn't it? It's no missiles. Yeah, my missiles did all the work. Interesting. That's why it never felt, because when it come to the crunch of the actual melee combat, then the kills weren't that high for me. Whereas here, they were doing better as far as the cavalry and Praetorian Guard. Interesting. Right. So let's try one of these boy. Yeah, I think it's boy or boy. It's normally e in Latin, isn't it? If when there's two eyes together. Anyway, that's just because I'll stick with horse for my general. Because I know what I'm doing with commander, then I'll just stick with commander. This one. Right. I'm not sure. Oathsworn, I think that's probably should be an elite unit. That's like we've got like one unit of Oathsworn in your army. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Yeah, that's like your that's your equivalent of your immortals, you know. Spears. Missiles. Cavalry. Okay, so who would I boost here? Swordsman, really, isn't it? I think we need to get rid of one of the noble horse, get another heavy horse in there. Just a heavy horse, maybe. Try that. Sorry, I'm sort of mumbling as I go here. There's almost logic in what I'm saying, but but I wouldn't count on it. They don't need a boost anyway, do they? That's going to be fine. Okay, close enough. Yeah. Okay, might as well leave the Romans as the Romans, huh? And I'm not used to fighting with these guys, so we'll see how it goes. We'll just see how it goes. Because I don't have my pike phalanx the way I do when I'm playing with a Pontic army, then this might end up in disaster. There's one way to find out, and that's to fight it and see. Thankfully we're not losing real people when we're doing this. Yeah, so Rome's got the identical army that I had before. But this time I've got the advantage of seeing how effective my missile troops were. Oh, that kind of shuddered as it went down. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do.
Elite cavalry!
Yeah. Okay. Let's pull everybody back. And we want slingers up front.
Slingers!
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Okay. Actually, keep my Celtic warriors. They've got a frenzy. So they might be handy for charging in. The Oathsworn, they'll get targeted by any missile unit. Well, sorry, it's they've all got frenzy right enough, right? They Okay, I'll put these here. And put the veteran spears on either side. And our spear warriors. Put these in the secondary row. And I'll put the general in there, secondary row.
Skirmishers! Warriors ready!
Second thoughts.
Bowman!
Similar to before, I'll take off my skirmish mode because I don't want them wasting time running back when these guys are approaching melee combat, because these guys are going to stop them from getting into melee combat. We need these guys, instead of wasting time running around, we want them firing arrows on the enemy. So that's the idea behind that, at least. Okay, heavy horse. We'll do a heavy horse in each flank.
Gallic warriors!
And noble horse.
Cavalry!
And same again. Pressure, whichever side's got the pressure on it. Looks a bit weird.
Heavy horse!
As I look at this proud army, I am certain the day shall be ours. We fight for ourselves, to bathe in the blood of battle. We fight for each other, to protect and serve.
Yeah. So yeah, they'll have the identical. Ironically, I'm going to probably be able to induce them to charge this time, but I do not have my my pike phalanx. So suddenly I'll be going, no, I don't want them charging yet. Right. Sword followers, they can do a shield wall.
Old Sword Warriors!
So I might be better off throwing up a shield wall if they attack. We'll just see how that goes. Because I'm not actually used to fighting with the barbarian units. According to the power balance, it's saying I've got an advantage before we started. But we've spent the same money each.
Slingers!
But what I have done is, now that I've fought these once with my Pontic army, then I've kind of selected units that I now want in my army to fight them. The only thing that's missing is I would still like my pikes in the middle. Okay.
Swift horsemen! Riders forward!
Okay, I'll just rush it forward a little bit. Also do not have my ambushing chariots. Okay. Let's see how. Okay, the slingers aren't too far off. See, so I'm kind of angling so that their slingers are as far away. You know, I'm not square onto that line because their slingers will be in range at the same time my slingers are. But because it's putting all the javelin, the velites, levies on the one side, then I'll just put pressure on that side again. So that's exactly what I'll do. Better put it back to normal plane. Okay.
Slingers! Warriors group!
So just take the slingers out of the oops. Pressing the wrong button there, sorry. Okay. Looks a bit rubbish to try to shoot through there, doesn't it? But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, because they're already anticipating receiving missile fire, aren't they?
What are we, brothers? Orders! Fire! Slingers!
Okay, we'll see what they do. Hey, come on, where are you going? There's no way you need to go that far. Let's see how they react. Yeah, they're charging. They're charging, aren't they? Oh no, they're not. Change your mind. Okay, but they've brought their slingers back in to challenge my slingers. Right. Wow.
Go!
Giving me serious damage.
As you say.
The men are wavering.
Yeah, I bet they are. Suppress that advice.
Noble horse! Riders! Advance!
One general, get there before they're
Back, warriors! Back!
too late, son. Too late. We're too slow.
To me! Get the banners up!
Come on, you fucking... Thank you.
Slingers! Warriors, move out!
It's just I'm not fancying these guys for an advance. Because I think pikemen, Hellenic pikemen, would probably better for advancing under fire than they are. Okay.
What do we say? Missile warriors! What are we from us? Katsu slow go! Quick reload!
Yeah, they're going for it.
Noble horse!
Neatest.
Okay. We're going to go back again. Okay, they're waiting on me attacking. I think that's the dynamic that's changed. Is I'm the attacker, so I've got to attack. That's what seems to be happening. Rather than it just simply being a case of
Elite cavalry.
All for Gaul!
okay. But you're going to be in my archer range, though, aren't you, son?
Deadly missile ready! Reload now!
Yeah, you don't last long in the archers, do you? Okay, they're coming in fast.
Oath sworn warriors.
No, they're not.
Slingers!
Okay, they're coming in now. That's a definite.
Spears! Get ready!
Okay, I shouldn't let them go that far behind, should I?
Melee fighters ready!
Warriors eager for blood! Shield wall now!
Veteran spears! Spearmen ready for battle!
Heavy horse!
Okay, come on, horsemen. Do your thing.
Gallic warriors! Be warriors! Run! Missiles ready! No!
Mark Echo!
Victory for God! Kills! Fight to Tatis! Faster! Reload! Horse of gold! Aim for the horse! Warriors!
Old Swan Warriors! No! Heavy horse!
Gotcha! Yeah! Back, warriors, back! Orders! Rah! Noble horse!
Ready! Ah! Aye! Black Wolf!
What? Ah!
Line them down!
Okay, that's them taken care of.
Withdraw! Withdraw! Warriors ready!
As you say!
Ready!
Boondacko!
Ready!
Oops.
Noble horse! Yeah!
Okay, we're just overwhelming numbers now.
Advance at speed!
There we go. And their mistake, as far as I'm concerned, is that they attacked me, because then I was able to put up a shield wall, whereas me attacking them, well, I'd have to charge in, and but considering that's normal difficulty, you know, it's not hard difficulty, then that's still a close fight. You know, it's anyways, oh, I better have lunch actually. Well, it's almost dinner, so yeah. I'll leave it there, and Fun, fun, fun. Yeah.